Hey guys, it's the first video on my YouTube channel that I created because of Iranian protests and Iran massacre. Today I wanna start the video with a great news. Several hours ago, Hanga organization confirmed that Erfan Soltani is alive. This guy who was sentenced to death is alive now, and despite all the misinformation in internet that his family, like his uncle, said that Erfan was beaten even before the news about execution came up, it's not the truth. Hango contacted with the family of Erfan. They confirmed that he is alive and they saw him and had a meeting with him. I try to give you fact-checking information despite all the blackout. Next, like I said on previous video, it looks like the protests have decreased, and I showed you that armed people, the armed forces, shouted into the house of people and said that no one is allowed to be outside. So as well, we have a really small amount of information. I want to talk about the reasons of protests, the words of actual people, their reasons why they came out to the streets. So Amir, a member of the city of Shiraz, told how Iranians feel like they have nothing left to lose. He said, the young generation of Iran joins protests despite the risk of arrest, imprisonment, or even death, because for them the cost of silence has exceeded the cost of protest. When a young person sees their future, job, security, and human dignity destroyed, fear gives way to anger and a courage born of a complete dead end. The generation seeks a normal life, a predictable future, freedom of choice, an end of discrimination, and respect for human beings, the very basic rights considered self-evident in many countries. They reject the regime because they have experienced repression, lies, discrimination, and political deadlock to their very core, and they have lost all hope in promises of reform. For this generation, rejecting the state is not a theoretical or emotional decision. It's the result of years of living under pressure and injustice. The youth of Iran do not ask for paradise. They want a country where they can live, breathe, and build the future. And life without a future is itself a form of death. In other words, is told by Sepide. He's 21 years old and he lives in northwest province Gilan. He said, the middle class have been pushed to the poverty life, and the poor have reached the brink of death. The regime counters the people with repression and executions. However, the youth have not been intimidated and have joined the resistance in greater numbers. Poverty, unemployment, repression, execution, detentions, imprisonments, shortages of water, electricity, and fuel are the only achievements of these governments. The other man, Babak, 40 years old, from the city of Gorjan, for years these regime officials have been stealing from the workers' table to feed themselves. Currently, a worker struggles with daily wages that makes only a fraction of their monthly expenses. For years, regime officials have only been mocking the workers. Workers do not even have bread for their evening meal. They have snatches even the bread from the workers. So it's the main reason also. So we see that people just want to live in normal, maybe democratic, not poor country where the government takes the leadership over the economical situation of their people. And when people do not feel that the government cares about them, they go on the streets. And I just want to have a quick reminder that 16,000 people who were killed during the protests, and really it's many of victims. They said that mostly every family lost someone. It's horrifying, and also that's why I'm making this video, so to give the truth about the protests to the global community. Subscribe the channel, make a point, and share this video on that social media. Bye.